Number one of our three best of three final day of the regular season kicks off now.
Yet a reminder as well for Dark Zero Dragon Seal fans, if you want to see them in the top two, all they need today, as Lennon said earlier, is a 2-0. It means that Near Airport will not be able to take that top two spot away from them. So that's the hope for them. They're able to close this one out cleanly, but given how, as you say, Winthrop spiking at the right time, it's not going to be easy.
See if they can take some of that momentum from just a couple days ago into this one here as well. Don't know how much Dark Zero Dragon Seal are going to want to see in response to a lot of the proactivity that Winthrop are coming through with, but that's why I do like the Dintao for Kryra, because he does have a little bit of a standing chance in some of those fights. Although we are getting some early vision from both sides. Sword gonna be choked out here big time. I mean, gonna have to pop the pots already.
Yeah.
Mid lane matchup can be a little bit dicey early.
Yeah, nice catch out there. Just to be able to get that chunk onto Sword. He doesn't have time to back, so as you say, has to use the pots to keep his health up. Could give Toasty a little bit of an advantage. And of course, one good ward deserves another, as Winthrop were able to sneak a blue ward around Kryra's Raptors. So, as it happens with pretty much every game we're in, we're going to have an idea of where junglers are going to go.
I'm wondering, either Wilson took, we didn't see it, I don't think, maybe I wasn't paying attention, trade between the jugglers in that early vision, because that ward does have one hit off it. Wilson doesn't have a pot, Kryra does. I don't know how much 50 gold matters, but you know, it is what it is. It's information.
That's all, exactly.
So we take a look, both jugglers going to be starting in this top side of their map, so they will be pathing down towards pot.
And right now, again, Winthrop, more known for playing the style that focuses on that early and mid game, have the comp to do exactly that. So eyes are going to be on the junglers, particularly Wilson. Let's see what he's going to be able to get done as he's playing the Pantheon. A lot of early game power, a lot of CC potential. When you pair it with lanes like Sword with the Talia, like only 35 in the Leona, there's a lot of gank assists.
Take a look at some of the stats between the junglers. Obviously, way fewer games for Kryra, but still having major impacts. And a lot more games for Wilson, but more kill participation. A big influence to the early fluctuations of Winthrop's games. Obviously, it wasn't going well for them for a majority of the split. But as we had said already, being able to turn it on at the very end, especially going into playoffs, is the most important time. Doesn't matter whatever happened in the earlier parts of the split, as long as you made the playoffs and then you find that form.
Honestly, yeah, whatever your record going into playoffs in is irrelevant as long as you're peaking at the right time. And Winthrop, again, are doing just that. Mobility mentioned in the interview, this is how good he believed their team to be, and them finally being able to live up to that and get these wins, these successes, was so important for him. And of course, they're really motivated going into this series as well against Dark Zero Dragon Seal, just to see how far they can go.
See just how far they're willing to take it as well. I do wonder now, though, that we're getting to the kind of culminations of the path for both. We already got the reset out from Kryra, but something that we've been kind of keeping an eye on now with the new map state. Obviously, if you haven't been here, there's only one spawn of grubs and it starts at 8 minutes. You want to see maybe some more differentiation in the path from the junglers, but both sides will end up just getting the resets. Funnily enough, Kryra went for the reset before taking the scuttle. Still should be able to secure that one as he goes out.
Yeah, that decision to take on some extra time is really interesting. Getting back on the map faster might make it easier for him to respond to plays, just because of how he must know Wilson is going to be very active on the map. So I think that decision, while it hasn't borne fruit yet, I can kind of get the idea behind it. Plus, because he just took the scuttle now, they'll have that vision a little longer.
Oh, mobility is very low.
Oh my god.
One auto in range. Spawn looking for an arcane shift, looking for a flash. Not gonna go for the mystic shot just yet, but they will get this massive push in and already developing a CS differential down here. As we get call out as 40 HP there in the bot lane, but now only 35's in a lot of trouble down there too.
And I love that they just don't even take the risk, allow mobility to finish the back, because that's a big wave crashing on that bottom turret. Means mobility is losing out on a good amount of gold and experience, and it's allowing Spawn to be able to get that leg up on him, get a good recall, and just be able to get that tier and a call that Ezreal loves to have so bad.
Wilson going to be looking for a little bit of something in mid lane now. Going to go with the flash play,
There
sides
it
and
is.
shove, and there's that combo. Toasty! He's
the
out,
flash.
no flash. Spear. He flashes into it! Oh no! Spear through the heart! Heart broken! And Wilson with the first blood for Winthrop.
Wilson's gonna have to change his name to Oracle because he saw Toasty's future and it only ended one way in gray. Really nice read coming through here on a comp where, again, really important for Wilson to get the ball rolling.
Second guessing. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna get the slow-mo.
Man, this
Dude,
is a tough watch.
No health. Oh my goodness.
This was the difference maker here. Right or wrong, makes a big difference there for Wilson. The fact that he got the flash and killed the Azir, we need a word stronger than work, Glennon.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's the definition right there.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Toasty getting so tilted off of that too.
Oh, I'm so pissed.
That feels real bad. It will end up being, though, Darkzero Dragonsteel taking the early dragon on the bot side. It will be a Cloud Dragon to start it off as well. Get a little bit of MS out of movement, out of combat rather. But now we got to start refocusing, as we do have a 3v3 developing on bot side, but grubs are going to be coming up. I'm sure that's why Wilson is getting the reset out. Grand Entrance going to go a little bit wide, and now he stops the back and now comes through, as that's a really nice little moment from Darkzero Dragonsteel to force the pressure.
Yeah, waste a little bit of time, and it's a big deal for Darkzero to get that dragon too, because considering they're very comfortable with letting the game go late, scaling up to past 20 minutes, the fact that they're able to get an early Drake and slow down Winthrop's progression toward the Dragon's Soul, I think is also very valuable too.
Tenacity and Denethor said, you guys aren't focusing on us enough. We're going to fight.
We need to fight, yeah.
Nothing's happened up here. It's 7.5 minutes. We have to do something. But something's about to happen because we're grubs spawning in about 30 seconds. Again, there is only one spawn. 3 grubs. 2 of them count as one for the objective marker of the feats of strength. But you definitely want the 3 with the might. And we'll see the movement from the bot lane first from Darkzero Dragonsteel towards top side.
Yeah, it is tough though because Tenacity did get a late back, so he's gonna Darkzero overall are dropping a wave to make this one happen, but ultimately it's still a fight that Darkzero are really happy to take, because even without teleport, Tenacity can join with that Stand United. It should allow Darkzero to just have that pressure over this top side. Because Denethor, he has to match on the bottom side, and he's basically removed himself from this fight.
Wilson's in a lot of trouble here. They're going to try to get the Weaver's Wall across.
Oh, wow!
Turning it around, the flipped on its head table here, and Trojan making it out with the Stand United. Tenacity goes for the flash play with the taunt. They're going to find Wilson. Eventually, as Tenacity gets the kill there. That's massive. And the rest of Winthrop are trying to pick up the pieces here as Darkzero Dragonsteel go for the grubs.
Yeah, there it is. That Stand United coming in clutch for Tenacity. They were playing with their lives on such a thin margin, but not only do they kill Wilson, they succeed in getting all 3 grubs nice and easy. So that's Grub-ageddon, baby. There's nothing else to say unless only 35 can get the most legendary steal, but I think he's just going to die.
Oh, he's going to have to burn his flash, which is not great. Does have Hex Flash. But actually, he's got a Grand Starfall used. They're bringing everything. Winthrop. No, I mean, he doesn't have it. He just used it the last time around. Wilson did a lot of hurt now. He's about to die again. You just fed yourself to the maw of the ravenous beast. Only 35 will try to get the connection there, but in the end, Sword will just end up going down to Toasty. Big deadly flourish into the curtain call combo. And this is the setup for mobility. Is he finding one? There's only 35 trying to find the last one, but Toasty wants to clean him up. This is absolute chaos and benefiting from the last day of the regular season. Toasty with the lethal tempo will find the kill, but now flashed on 4th shot. Mobility gets the double kill.
That's the kind of excitement we want to see on the last day of the split let-in, because these teams are not letting up, they are not letting these fights end, and they're trying to take whatever they can from each other. And this is huge because even though they go even on kills, the fact that they're able to deny that final grub is important.
Really weird interaction right there, by the way. got a freeze framed after the hammer pop, but that
Yeah.
will be the flash from Denethor used. He was about to die.
Yeah, I mean, Shen, deceptive, especially with going for that lethality build on the Jace. He's going to be really tanky. We're going to watch this one again. Wilson didn't
You
quite
man
have...
like Wilson.
I
Put
guess
his body on the line.
Exactly, but I mean, it really did cost him. And really, the only thing that made this kind of okay for Winthrop is the fact that they kept this fight going on and on and on, and mobility clutches up big time, being able to get some serious damage down with the curtain call.
Toasty with the kill of the lethal tempo is here.
Yeah.
Watch this little last take that comes through.
Little tiny, yeah. And
Gets the
unfortunately,
feats of warfare as well.
yeah, but Toasty, calculator wasn't quite calculating as well as he might have hoped. Did not need to use the shifting sands, and that ended up leading to his death.
That will end up being, though, first items completed off of that chaos. Snatcher's Tooth there for
Yeah.
Toasty, as well as the Archangels waiting to turn into Seraphim for Sword. A little bit of movement around this top side of the map as Grub hasn't been finished. Still one left up there. Dark Zero had taken the one. Dragon number 2 is coming up now, though, and there's already been some pings from Dark Zero Dragon Steel on that side of the map.
Winthrop as well. Hey, the good thing for Dark Zero that fight took so long was they actually prevent Winthrop from being able to spend the time to take that last grub, because they're the ones who have this first look on the dragon. They're not only getting the first one, which is great for them, but any extra one is just such a huge bonus, because they don't necessarily need this soul, but denying it from Winthrop is huge.
Look at the Weaver's Wall coming across. Grand Starfall there. It's secured by Kryra. He sits it. He sticks it. He's going down, but he got the objective now. And now all Dark Zero Dragon still need to do is get away from the fight. They won't get the kill back, but they still took the objective. Spawn gonna have to flash outside with shove. He's in a lot of trouble now, though.
Spawn.
He doesn't realize only 35 Wilson are right there. Wilson feels a little bit hesitant as they're trying to push in this mid lane and get some of these turret plates that are left standing.
Honestly, the fact that Winthrop were able to secure that kill and the plate for mobility really eases the sting of losing that dragon. But I think now we're really comfortable saying that Winthrop not really getting anywhere close to a dragon soul this game, so they're gonna just have to win this one the old-fashioned way, with money, Mazel, with the moolah, the big leads to give them the damage to win.
I will say also in that little moment, Tenacity did use the Stand United, I believe was stopped by Denethor's hammer swing.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they come back to fight him now. Only 35, trying to answer up towards Kryra. Making the turret. Oh no, that's a mistake, but he might be able to get out, slink out, go back in, gets the kill! Killer instinct in his eyes! Kryra gets the turn!
No respect coming through from Denethor, and as much as only 35 wants to waste time, he's giving his life away. Okay.
That's a lot of damage. If he has mobility coming up, who does have Collector completed, is on 3 kills. But yeah, that was a little bit scary there. He's on a ward right now. Cincinnati wants to stop him. He's gonna go over. He's like, okay, you got me.
Yeah, and then he clears the ward and realizes, I see. Well, nice play there from Kryra to be able to turn that one into a kill and walk away to boot. And I think this setup is honestly okay for Tenacity, because look at the armor he's already working with. He has those tier 2 boots there, the plated steel claps that are upgraded because of the feats of warfare. Has cloth armor too. The fact that this Jin Wen Collector, even Denethor going lethality as well, it does mean as time goes on, Tenacity will be able to be a very annoying tank, because you got to imagine he's building a lot of armor this game.
Your team has destroyed
I think it's going to be so hard to handle once time goes on. And I think that's where we have to refocus what we were saying from the draft. Like, this is not enough of a lead for what we were... Oh my God, he got it! Oh, that's just despicable.
FF,
that is just despicable. 3 grubs secured by Dark Zero Dragon Steel off the back of a snipe from Spawn on his signature Ezreal. And you'll love to see some of that veterancy coming into play. But yeah, this is a situation that Winthrop needs to be ahead with their composition.
Yeah, and every loss like that hurts so much, which is why Sword dying would feel pretty bad.
It's gonna happen though. Oh, even flashes into the Emperor's Divide, and Toasty will pick that up all day. Denethor is gonna get the side lane turret here, responded to by Genasi, but a little bit too late. Genasi gonna try to fight this one out as well. Denethor's in trouble. Denethor has to flash some way as Grand Starfall's coming in. Maybe they turn it on its head yet again. Tenacity's real damn tanky though, as he's looking for the taunt back now and trying to use it defensively. Will end up getting out. It's a very, very tense affair so far in this game.
It feels really bad, too, to use the Grand Starfall just to save one of your laners. It's a big tool meant for setting up plays. Used in that way, it does give Dark Zero that little bit of extra space to push outside lanes while it's down. That bit of comfort being like, you know, not only do I have Shen at my back, Wilson can't join from 60 screens away.
I like that. It's a good unit of measurement.
Thank you.
60 screens away. I'm gonna start measuring my daily life like that. How many screens of League of Legends is this?
I mean, if we're talking frames, probably a lot, because, you know, technically a frame is a still on the screen.
Oh, God, I think we're getting too technical. Okay. Pull back.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to yes and you.
Eject. Appreciate you. You always got my back, bro. Anyways, it's about that now set up on the map as we have the Rift Herald that is up, but the more important part is Dragon in about 40 seconds. Dark Zero Dragonsteel could go up to that soul point for themselves. Could be very, very good for their composition, but also for their win condition that we talked about already.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is they never really needed it this game, but they're able to get two so far. They might as well continue this focus, especially with the fact that Toasty's in a really strong spot right now. He's hit 2 items way ahead of schedule here. At 16 minutes, he's already finished that Leandre, so he is in a really strong position here right before this Dragon spawns.
Also at that steal of the True Shot Barrage.
Close your eyes.
Oh, the sniper shot. Oh, man. He even has smite. That's it.
Yeah. What I would
we're back in alive, though. We got the immediate kickoff of the fight. Great entrance in for Crouchin as well. Dropping in hot, but Winthrop are dropping out after that one. Dragon going to be started off by Dark Zero, and there's no contest coming out from the Eagles.
Yeah, no curtain call, no solar flare. You don't want this fight, even if they paid you for it. So they're going to have to walk away. Tail between their legs. Maybe they can get a setup on this Rift Herald. Hopefully allow them to pick up something. But Dark Zero, just like that. Soul point. 17 minutes in the game. And Lennon, the Hextech Soul. That's not only is that good for their comp, that's good for any comp.
That's good for any comp. And yeah. See how they utilize that in that next 5 minutes, if they can force the hand of Winthrop. But now, Winthrop will get their own tool as a rebuttal in Rift Herald. I always really like using the Rift Herald as a distraction tool ahead of those Dragon fights. So see if Winthrop want to hold on to that, utilize it in mid or bot, more than likely mid. But as we come back into things now, this dead state even game is not benefiting Winthrop.
No, and it really doesn't feel as even as it looks to Zell, because if we look at aggregate, there's only a 500 gold lead for Dark Zero. That doesn't sound too bad. But if we look at the items, the fact that Toasty's been sitting on 2 for a couple of minutes now, I think that's the big takeaway. Nobody else on either team has hit that mark yet, and this champion in the Azir, who scales so nicely, is a big source of DPS late game in any team comp. Being ahead at this state of the game really just makes this game so much easier for Dark Zero Dragonsteel. And this is Toasty we're talking about. He's great at the champion. It makes it that much scarier.
Coming off a Play of the Year candidate
I'll never shut up about
week. If you didn't catch it, go to socials, go watch it. It happened on Tuesday. Wednesday?
I don't remember.
It was Tuesday.
We've had a lot of games.
Anyways, it's a long week for days of games.
Tuesday,
I've been on 3 of them.
You have!
Which is an honor, honestly, in the final week of the regular season. But now we get these setups for second items coming across. Do we feel a little bit better for Dark Zero or Winthrop now that you do have that IE for mobility completed?
Yeah, I'm glad you shut that out. That is a big That is a big spike there for the Jhin, as you know, as well as I do. And mobility, this is a champion that he performed great on the other day when we were watching them play against Near Airport. He's gonna have to do so again on such a big power spike because Winthrop are running out of time in this game one, Mazel, and it's only getting harder with the threat of that Dragon Soul looming over the horizon over these next couple of minutes.
And as soon as Spawn hits that second item, it will be transformed as well to the Miramana, and he will be pumping damage. Now, Sword and Winthrop looking for a fight ahead of this setup here, as we are now looking at a lean on top side. Atacon is up this way. Neither team really going to be in prime position to be starting that up anytime soon, but Dark Zero Dragonsteel, they want to punish Wilson, who will indeed get punished. He'll have to pop the shield, but he's just going to be popped. As now that Weaver's walking across is not going to do much. True Shot Barrage across the two. Blast is coming out. White flag's been raised. Maybe Tenacity's caught out a little bit, though. Big side as the Emperor's Divide, truly reigning as the Emperor himself. Toasty with a big play to shut it down.
At Winthrop University, your Emperor has returned as Toasty's gonna clean up the fight to give even more gold into Dark Zero Dragonsteel. And as they move top lane, they're gonna set up to pick up this Otacon as they are going to rule over this game one.
Toasty's Azir is no joke. 7-2 now, seemingly out of nowhere, but been building this lead this entire game as well. Confident pick into Talia that Winthrop seemingly wanted to take away from the combination of Dark Zero Dragonsteel. But this man has been on a tear this week.
This week and today, just the latest in a long list of feats from Toasty, formerly Toasty Alex. And now this game has really spiraled out of control for Winthrop. Where they were nervous and running out of time before, at this point, their time is just about run out, because now we're reaching those key item breakpoints that we talked about. Spawns hit that upgraded Muramana. Tenacity just gets tankier and tankier and harder for anyone, especially Winthrop, lethality building champions, to do about it. So,
Spawn caught out.